David Wells, who makes the catch for San Diego State and dives into the end zone just over the line and gives the Aztecs an unbelievable win. David, I have to tell you, one of my favorite television moments over the weekend was watching when the official goes back out and says, "Rolling on the field stands," and the cameras cut to you, and you were just losing your bananas, man. So, what did that feel like?
It was an awesome game. So I mean, it was a huge moment in our season and in my career. So I mean, got a little excited. You know, got to say lost a little bit. You know what? I think there's times where I think it's acceptable, and that was probably one of those times.
Hey, David, what is it normally like on the sidelines, though? Because that game was huge. There were so many moments where momentum swung. Is it quiet? Is it a loud sideline, emotional, calm? Describe it.
I mean, of course, you're going to have your ups and downs during the game and everything like that. But, I mean, it's really just pretty mellow, you know. It's just trying to get to what we saw the previous drive before and try to get whatever plays we can fix. And whatever we see out there and whatever changes the defense gives us, that's really what we do out there. And we're talking with our coaches. We're talking with the coaches in the booth on the field and just trying to get ready for the next drive out there and then cheering on the defense once everything is done.
So, David, everybody in the whole building knew on that play, well, Rashad Penny's getting the ball. And then he didn't. You got the ball instead. It looked to me, the previous two plays, like he was limping a little bit. So did he get dinged up there for a second and was used as a decoy? What was the discussion in the huddle?
I had no idea he was even dinged up. You know, I was just focused on doing my job during the play. And, you know, if that's blocking a guy or if that's catching the ball, you know, that's all really I'm focused on. Just trying to make sure I'm doing my assignment correctly. So, I mean, I had no idea, honestly, that Rashad would be dinged up or anything like that, you know, and I'm just waiting for the next play call. You know what? And Coach Horton dialed up my number, and, you know, thankfully I was able to make the play happen.
See, and that's what I saw. So the way this play broke down, it was a planned boot, but you started blocking your outside linebacker before releasing it, almost like a tight end pop pass. So you knew this ball was coming to you. How nervous are you? You're in the low red zone. You know it's for all the pancakes, man. How nervous were you when number 88 gets dialed up in the huddle like that?
I mean, all I was thinking is that, you know, I was just trying to get a good sell on the block. But, I mean, if you look back at the film, I didn't really do that well of a job. But thankfully, the guy went inside, and I was able to release out to the flat. So, I mean, at that point, once I was out there and I saw the ball in the air, it was just a matter of just trying to get into the end zone. So it was one of those things where it's just like there's no way I'm not letting myself not go in this end zone right now.
And when that ball's just hanging in the air for those moments, I ask this all the time because as a big fat offensive lineman, I never had these moments. So you have to walk me through this. As it's approaching you, do you think at all, or are you worried about somebody making contact with you? What's going through your head?
I honestly couldn't tell you, man. It's one of those things where it's a split second thing. You know, the ball's in the air, and you just got to focus on the ball and catching it. You know, because if you don't catch it, and nothing's going to happen. So, I mean, you got to catch the ball first, and then after that, you got to just try to will your way into the end zone once you're that close.
David Wells joining us, gets the game-winning catch to beat Stanford for the Aztecs over the weekend. Mark and Rich show. So, David, this team, this school has made no bones about the fact, you know, one city, one team. Like they're basically saying to the city, "Hey, we're your team." And we're not going to run from the idea that the Chargers are gone, and therefore we're going to try to fill that void. To what level is that discussed with your team, especially after a moment like this? Is that something that is on your minds as you beat Stanford? Because this was the game that really was the opportunity for you guys to jump in and fill that void.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was just a big time for our city, you know, especially since, you know, the Chargers left and everything like that. You know, there's not a lot of football left except for us, you know, and for us to go out there in front of a huge crowd like that and have everybody behind us. I mean, that stadium was rocking that whole entire game. You know, it was great to see all the students staying and then all the rest of the fans staying throughout the blackout too, not knowing when the lights are going to come back on. You know, it was an awesome experience just to see that many fans out there, and you know, it was loud down there on the field. So I mean, it was an awesome experience, and you know, can't be thankful enough to our fan base for what they did.
6 minutes left on the clock, just driving. You cross over midfield. I believe it ticked down to about 3 minutes and change. The lights go off in the stadium. You guys are approaching pay dirt, and the lights go out. What was the conversation on your side? What discussions were being had when all this went down?
Well, it was kind of weird. You don't know what's going on at first. We're ready to get it going. Rashad just had a big run, and then all of a sudden the lights go out. So it's like, all right, well, I guess we're just going to walk over back to the sideline and just get a little break here. Then, it was nice to be able to catch your breath a little bit, especially after a few plays, and then. After that, it's more a fact of guys getting together and, just telling each other, like, hey, we can do this. We got 3 minutes on the clock. We've done this before. And, we got to go down and win this game. There's no other option right now. That's what we have to do. And, everybody who was in the huddle, everybody on our offense, they believe that we could do it. So, throughout that whole entire time, that's really all that was discussed, is just, hey, we just got to go down there and do it. And then, and just trying to figure out when we're going to be able to get back on the field, not trying to tighten up, just trying to stay loose out there on the sideline. So you just start running around a little bit, just wondering when the lights are going to come back on. That's really it.
Hey, David, walking out of the tunnel, I overheard an Aztec player saying, everybody's going to call this an upset. We expected to win, and there was a little bit of laughter. But honestly, I felt I was seeing that level of confidence from your sideline. Did you guys expect to win this football game?
Oh, no doubt. We expect to win every single game we step on the field. We don't think of ourselves as a lesser team than anybody. I think we've proved that the past few years, and our toughness sets us apart. So it would be us being hypocrites if we thought that we couldn't win a game. So just coming out of the huddle, coming out of the tunnel, and everything like that. We have faith in each other. We've been through all these workouts together. We know what we all are capable of, and it's always a great feeling when you have that confidence with everybody. Even with the young guys, they have confidence in all of us. And so, it's a great experience when guys have that confidence, and it's simple as that. We have that confidence to where we think we can come out there and beat anybody once we step on the field.
David, it's great stuff. Congrats. Who do you want to play on New Year's Day?
Anybody they put us up against.
Okay.
Job first is to beat Air Force this week and win the Mountain West Conference. So that's our job first, and we'll worry about all that stuff later.
Pretty sure with these answers you're going to get drafted by Belichick. I'm just saying. No, David, awesome stuff. And do we have it now? Can we play Ted's call for David so that he can feel this and get his Monday going? Let's hear it.
Now under center, can't make a mistake. Play fake, a roll, catch. David Wells fights for the goal line. David Wells at the goal line. Touchdown, Aztecs. Touchdown, Aztecs.
There it is, David. Now you can take that to class with you, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right, awesome stuff. David Wells, touchdown, Aztecs, and they beat Stanford 20-17. And you're undefeated, Rich.
My apologies for all of the you could hear the muffled banging around in the.
Was that you falling over?
I was on my chair. I jumped up on my chair and I was waving my hands over my head, so I bumped into the mic.